Hello all, thanks for joining. It's probably been a couple weeks now since I published a video. The last video I published was on the Silvertone 4569. I'm still working on the cabinet. The weather has not been the best as of late, so there's still much work to be done on that. So the Chanticleer radio as well is lined up for the next full-blown restoration. My dad, however, gave me this radio to restore, which I want to knock out here in the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks if time permits. It's should be interesting. So let's pop this thing open and see what we got. Well, the first thing you see, it says Dad's Western Auto 587 radio. For those of you that have followed my videos, I actually restored that radio from my dad back a few months ago. And this is definitely not the Western Auto 587 radio, or at least I hope it's not back. Okay, let me get over here where I can get a closer look at it. So I've got the speaker, which looks to be in okay shape, and I'm just looking at the name tag there. It's a Brunel. So let me pop this thing out of the box here, and I'll be right back and we'll do a closer look at it. Okay, I was able to remove the radio out of the box, and the speaker is actually attached here. So there's no connector there on the speaker. That speaker looks to be like an 8-inch speaker, maybe 6 to 8 inches. But you can see here on the tag, it is a Brunel. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Shortwave super heterodyne. It's a chassis C6 as in Charlie. So should be interesting. It's got the actual tube layout on here as well. Looks like it's using a Type 80 rectifier tube, and these others are hard to make out. Looks like there's a audio tubes of 42, and there's a Type 75 tube, 66, and I can't make this one out. Looks like maybe a 7U8 and a 6A7. So again, this does not appear to be the original AC cord, but all the tube shields appear to be on the radio. A little bit of rust here. Let's zoom in here and do a little closer look. Zooming in, here's a little closer look here at the name tag that I mentioned. Again, the Brunel 6C's, the chassis number. Again, here's the tube layout. One thing interesting here, somebody has put their name here, an HG. It appears to be Johnson. Makes me wonder if Mr. Johnson owned this radio at some point in time or actually did the repair. But this is on, it's like the antenna coil or oscillator coil. It's coming off of the tuning condenser. So an interesting piece of history for sure. And popping this thing over, there appears to be as well, there's a circle right here on this particular coil. So I hope that's not you know, a bad indication that this is open or bad. But we'll do some checking. Again, this is just an unboxing. I wanted to share it with you. You can see some rust on the chassis that, you know, I'll take a look at, and when I get in more detail here and see if we want to use some rust remover on that and do some de-rusting. So let me flip this thing around and we'll take a look at the front side. Okay, here's a look at the front side. Very cool circular dial, and again we can see it's a Brunel. I love the globe and the look of that. Looks similar to the Crosley dials that I've seen in the past. Again, the power transformers on the front side of the chassis. This thing is very, very heavy. I'm not sure how much it weighs, but it's one big radio chassis for sure with a lot of weight. So again, I can see a little bit more rust here on the front side and around the transformer itself. Again, we can take care of that. So let's flip it over and take a look at the underside. Okay, I was able to get the chassis flipped around here, and I think I've got it in a view where you guys can see this. Quite interesting. See a lot of damage underneath here, just where parts have fallen loose from vibration or shipping or just cold solder joints. But what a mess. Old caps anyway, so they all need to be replaced. But I see where numerous repairs have been made at some point. You can see solder joints here where leads were soldered back together on various capacitors. I would imagine this electrolytic here and here, they're definitely not original. There appears to be a Candom resistor here. I'm not sure what's going on here as well. You can see there's a loose resistor here. So this should be a lot of fun to work with and present a little bit of a challenge. I'm not sure what's up with this either. This is strange. Check out this repair that was done. That's very, very sloppy there. Just some copper wire. I reckon the capacitor lead was not long enough to get to that point, so it was just jumped in here. So again, we'll do a deeper dive on it here in another video and take a look and see if the IF coils are good, the power transformer, and just make sure the restoration can move forward. So thanks again for joining. Again, it's just a quick look at this Grunau chassis 6C, I believe it was. Look for a future video over the next few months. Thanks again for joining. Appreciate my new subscribers as well out there. Take care.